Having a child is a life-changing event for any family. And from the day they're born, parents have such high hopes for their children. To be happy, to be healthy, and to get the most out of life. But for parents who find out their child has a learning disability, life can seem very different. It can turn their world upside down, and at times, it can seem almost impossible to cope with the lifelong difficulties that raising a child with learning disabilities can bring. Hundreds of families in our local community find themselves in just such situations, and that's where Archway helps. In the 1980s, Archway was the first carer-led charity in Aberdeen to champion the provision of respite services for families caring for a child or another family member with a learning disability. Set up by a small group of dedicated parents and carers, the charity has developed into an innovative and exciting organisation, improving the quality of life for children, young people and adults with learning disabilities. It remains parent-led to ensure that those who use its services have a real say in how and what is delivered, and now offers a network of caring services which supports both the individual and the family.
Archway started up in really, it had its origins way back in 1977 with the sitter service. The sitter service was set up originally to provide evening breaks to parents with children with learning disabilities, and that ran for about 5 or 6 years, and in fact it is still running. But the feedback that was coming from the sitter service was that parents wanted longer or extended breaks. And about 6 years later, beginning of 1983, it was decided that a group would get together of parents and professionals to see if there was any way in which they could make it possible for parents to have those extended breaks.
Caring for a child or another family member who has learning disabilities can be a particularly demanding and tiring role. Other children and close relationships can be affected by it. Respite involves giving parents and carers regular breaks while their loved ones are looked after and supported in homely and welcoming surroundings.
Parents will not just hand their children who they feel is vulnerable over to just anybody. And therefore what we had to do was demonstrate that we could look after the children as well as they could. And I think that's why it became important that Archway had a majority of parents as directors.
During respite breaks, service users are given opportunities to develop the self-confidence, self-esteem and independent living skills that they will need in later life. Families get a much-needed break and time to focus their attention on their other children or just relax.
Gabrielle is 11 years old and she's a very bright, sunny little girl, but she does have a lot of problems. She's a spastic quadriplegic with severe developmental delay, which brings its own problems because she can't tell you what's wrong. She also doesn't have a very good sleep pattern, which means she doesn't sleep very well. She's not very interested in toys and in games. It's the interaction with the people that are showing her how to use them or using them with her that she enjoys. We have to be with Gabrielle almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which her younger sister Rachel is affected due to the fact that we can't go out as a family. She misses out on quite a few activities. We can't go out on a bike together unless, again, we've got somebody looking after Gabrielle. So it's very much a case of Rachel, although not in the background, sometimes has to take a back seat until we sort Gabrielle out, and we can't do anything spontaneous. We have to plan it weeks in advance.
Archway's first unit in Westburn Road opened in 1990. It provides a respite care service for approximately 40 families and a permanent home for 8 others. 2 more respite units have since opened, each supporting over 60 families, and a further permanent and shared care unit supporting 12 adults opened in 2005.
Minutes of the last meeting.
Archway has also evolved into something more than just a respite service. Archway works in partnership with parents and carers and other professional agencies to ensure everyone receives all the help they need to realise their full potential. A care plan is developed for each service user to ensure they receive the care and support they need.
Oh yes, you got it.
Individual and group activities are arranged, while daily normal routines, including going to school or day activities placements, are maintained. Staff receive ongoing training in the latest methods and techniques to ensure we are providing the best possible care. Special therapy areas, including activity rooms and sensory environments, have been introduced to increase interaction and communication with those with the most profound disabilities and make respite breaks more fun for everyone. Many people who come to Archway may also have physical disabilities, so a range of special equipment, including adjustable baths and beds, hoists and chairs, have been purchased to improve the level of personal care and comfort offered here. As family circumstances differ and needs change, our respite services are offered in a number of ways to meet individual requirements, including weekend and weekday breaks, holiday and extended stays, shared care and emergency facilities. The units themselves each have their own individual characteristics and appeal. At Westburn Road, 8 adult residents live on a permanent basis in the main house. All have their own rooms and share communal lounge and dining areas. Archway has 2 part-time coordinators who organise a range of social and leisure activities during the day for all our permanent residents to ensure they remain active and involved, part of and not isolated from the local community. Residents also enjoy individual activities and 1 or 2 work in various places. Behind the main house is a 4-bedded respite unit, supporting over 40 families on a regular basis. Staff ensure everyone is made to feel they really are home from home, maintaining the daily routines and activities of each user. Specially built, Archway's Dice unit opened in 1996. It supports families from the Dice, Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire areas. From the day it opened, local residents have made everyone feel right at home and a valued part of local life. A special appeal in 2006 helped raise over £150,000 to build a new sensory environment, activity room, sensory garden and extra respite bedroom that has transformed respite breaks at the unit and enabled more families to access the respite care there. Another purpose-built unit, 2 Mile Cross, in the Garthdee area of Aberdeen, provides another homely home from home for over 60 adults and children who regularly visit for respite care.
The day activities cover a wide range of things. Speaking about going out, we have the minibuses that have been provided through our own fundraising efforts. So that allows the individuals to get out and about into the local community. They go out on day trips. They can come into the games room and participate in games, arts and crafts, etc.
4 specially adapted flats at the Berry Den Mills complex provides permanent care for 4 adults and shared care for 8 more. Staff encourage residents to be as independent as possible. They're involved in choosing and cooking their own meals, as well as other household tasks, social activities and any themed nights and parties that are held at the home. The unit is ideally situated close to the city centre and to all its amenities. Staff and residents regularly go into town for coffee, to shop or to go to the cinema, or just for walks to soak up the atmosphere. Archway continues to improve, develop innovative services and expand to best meet service users' needs with the continued support of parents and carers. It's committed to developing new services and adapting existing ones to ensure it continues to provide the best possible care while meeting new needs and aspirations.
Archway's been a godsend to our family. Anna was 14 when she first used the service in 1990. From our point of view, it's given us peace of mind because as an individual we can see Anna now is far more socially integrated. She is more confident. She has probably a better social life than we would ever have been able to give her. She's happy, she's content, and she's made lots of friends.
If Archway wasn't there, I actually feel it would be a real nightmare, because no disrespect to Gabrielle, we love her more than anything, but the worst part is the lack of sleep, the lack of time spent as a family, because Gabrielle's needs are great and she's a huge responsibility, and we're most thankful to Archway for taking on that responsibility.
While the core funding covering the basic cost of respite and permanent care comes from statutory sources, Archway has to fundraise to afford the special equipment and facilities that make such a difference to the quality of life of many of its users, including the sensory equipment, specially adapted vehicles, play equipment and most activities. As a small local charity, fundraising can prove a bit of a struggle, with many people unaware of Archway and the work it does. Any support given is greatly appreciated and can and does make a huge difference to some of the most vulnerable people in our community. Over the past 20 years, Archway has done so much to improve the lives of local children, young people and adults with learning disabilities, and their families too. But there's so much still to be done. With your help, Archway hopes to do even more in the years ahead to ensure that those living with learning disabilities have the best chance possible to be all they can be in our community. If you would like to find out more about Archway or support it through a donation, legacy or fundraising initiative, please contact Archway at 71 Westburn Road, Aberdeen.